Hello, a very good morning to all of you, my dear students. Today, I have come up with a new chapter in geography. So, you're all welcome to your favorite channel, Let's Learn Together. This is Shafiq Ahmed over here. So, what our new chapter in geography is all about? Environment. So, the name of the new chapter, here it comes, our environment. And we will talk about both natural as well as human environment in this video, in this tutorial, or you can say in this chapter. We are going to talk about all. Okay. So, first of all, we must have to understand the meaning of the word environment. Suppose I'm just asking you to close your eyes for 5 seconds. One, two, three, four, five. Open up. So whatever you are seeing, whatever you are looking at in your surroundings, that becomes a part of that environment. So the surroundings on which you are living, on which in which a person or a thing exists, they develops its characteristic, means we used to adapt themselves according to the surroundings. Suppose if someone is living in a desert area, then that person used to adapt the surroundings according to the deserts, whatever the information or whatever the tools or the facilities available, they used to adapt that particular surroundings wherever that man is living. So environment is what? It is the surrounding, or you can say the conditions also. So environment is especially surroundings in which a person is living, and that person used to develop the characteristic of those surroundings, means they try to adapt themselves according to the surroundings. So environment is very simple. It is the surrounding where you are living, whatever you are seeing at your surrounds, and whatever you can see in and around, that is the part of the environment over here. So let us move ahead. This is presented by me, that is Shafiq Ahmed. So what our next slide is saying over here, that environment means the same thing that I discussed, that is the surrounding or the conditions in which a person or a thing exists wherever we are living, and the things which are around us, that is the surrounding, and in other words, that is, you can say, that is an environment also, that is an environment. And what we used to do, we develop its characteristics, means suppose you are getting some salty water, the water is not very sweet water, it might be salty also. Then people used to adapt themselves and they make a habit of that, drinking that particular salty water also. Not too much salty, we cannot drink too much salty water, but little bit, or maybe the water may be not tasty also. So what we have to do, if you are living at such a place, then what you have to do, you have to adapt, you have to accept. And we used to accept those particular habits. Suppose you used to go to school morning, daily in the morning at 6 o'clock, then you make a habit of it that you have to wake up at 5 o'clock. So that is the thing, that you are adapting the characteristic or some feature for the long time. So surroundings teach us. What it teaches, that we have to interact with that and accept the surroundings so that we can survive. So that is all about environment. Let us move ahead. Let me give you some examples also. The environment of a plant. Now we are talking about the environment of a plant. It refers to all those conditions which help them the growth, which help them to grow, such as, what are the things, what are the terms, or you can say elements, which helps the plants to grow? Soil, minerals, carbon dioxide, sunlight, water, chlorophyll, mineral salts, and all these things are very, very essential, and due to which only the plants are able to grow up. So these are the things which are in the surroundings of a particular plant. So we can say that is the environment in which the plants are living, and these are the conditions which help them to live, such as soil, minerals, carbon dioxide, water, sunlight, etc. These are the things. A very important term over here, the environment is not the same everywhere. It varies, it means it changes from place to place. The environment of Gujarat and the environment is of Bihar are quite different. The environment of Gaya and the environment of Patna are also quite different. So the environment is not same everywhere. It changes from place to place. And to understand that, let us see one more example. Suppose rice, we all eat rice. So for the growth of the rice, a particular environment is required. But can that same environment will also be very good for growing other food items such as wheat and such as sugarcane, like those? No, we cannot say that one, because the environment which is favorable for the growth of rice may not be favorable for the growth of wheat at the same time. So we all know that wheat is uh, grown in huge in Punjab. The environment conditions in Punjab are very, very suitable for the growth of wheat, but not rice, because rice needs different type of environment for its growth. Wheat needs different type of environment for its growth. So in the later chapters or in higher classes, you will go through what are the favorable conditions for the growth of different crops such as rice, wheat and other crops. You will read on, you will have to study in class 9 and 10. But for the time being over here, you have to understand this, that the environment changes and every environment is not suitable for every crop. You know, the crops such as rice need different type of environment, and crops such as rice need different type of environment. So while they are not in the Kaveri Delta in Tamil Nadu, that is an example. Suppose the wheat are growing very good in Punjab, the conditions of Punjab, environment conditions of Punjab are very good for growing wheat, but it may not be very good for the wheat in Kaveri Delta in Tamil Nadu, because the Kaveri Delta in Tamil Nadu may be having different type of climatic condition, environment conditions, which may not be suitable for the growth of wheat. So that I want to discuss with you. You have to understand this, that environment is not same very everywhere, and every environment is not suitable or favorable for everyone, and that everyone includes human being also, that everyone includes plants and animals also. Every plants and animals and the human being needs different type of environment to survive. That we will go through later on in the chapter. Let us move ahead. Yes, environmental conditions are favorable for the growth of environmental conditions are favorable for the growth of humans, as in Mediterranean or monsoon regions. See, very important one over here. Monsoon regions or the Mediterranean. Monsoon means what? The region where we will have sufficient rainfall also. We all know that without water we cannot survive. Even we cannot survive without air also, where air is available everywhere, but water is not available everywhere. So for settling, for getting settled at a new place, what you will have to look for? You will have to look for that whether the water is available in that area or not. Whether if the water is available, whether that water is drinkable or not, whether you can drink that water or not. If that water smells bad, then how can you drink? If that water smells tasty, is tasteless, if you drink that water and you are smelling something bad, then you cannot drink. So before settling at a new particular place, you will have to look after some important points such as water, electricity, roads, hospitals, colleges, universities, schools, railway tracks are available or not, and a railway route available or not. And one more important thing, before you want to settle at a particular place, you will have to see about your neighbors also, whether your neighbors are good or not, whether you are going to live in a particular place where many type of criminals are living there, people who are not good are living there, and if you will go there and you will adapt the environment. So you will have to, one will have to look after these things before getting settled at a particular place. So the region where monsoon is good, it is favorable for the human beings. to survive because they can get water. On the other hand, they are not favorable in the desert areas like Rajasthan, Gujarat, है ना, where there are many deserts and the climate is very harsh, very hot there. So it is very difficult for the person to survive there. But even people are surviving there because they have adapted, they have accepted, they have changed themselves according to the conditions of that particular area, according to the environmental conditions of that particular area. They adapt themselves, they change themselves, but it will take a lot of time to adapt something. But a people from Kolkata or people from a person from Jammu and Kashmir where the climate is very good and a very cold climate is there in Punjab, in Jammu and Kashmir, and if that person will try to live in Gujarat in that desert area in Sahara desert, then he would not be able to survive for long. It will take a long time to survive because that man is not habitual of living in a very harsh climate, very hot climate. So that is the thing I want to say over here, that people used to adapt themselves according to the environmental conditions, but it takes a time. Let us move ahead. Environments are of two types. There are two types of environment. One is natural and the other is human. What do you mean by this natural environment? The environment which is given to us by the nature. By the nature means by the God, by the Almighty. The Almighty has given, whatever the Almighty has given, that comes as natural environment. And whatever we have created, such as roads, we have created the roads, we have created buildings, cities, towns, railway tracks, railway engines, bus, all these are also part of environment. So these are human environment, and the natural environment are land, water. These are the things which are natural environment. Let us see what are those. There are five things I will tell you over here. Plants have been given to us by the nature, means by the Almighty. Animals, land also, air, and the most important one of them is water also. Well, air is also important. We cannot survive without oxygen, we know. We cannot survive without land. Where will we live? In the water? No way. So these are the five things that are very very important for our survival: plants, animals, land, air, and water. They comes under the division of natural environment, because these things have been given to us by the nature, by the Almighty. They have given, the Almighty has given us. We have not created plants, animals, land, air, water. So these are natural environment. So we will divide natural environment again into two type of resources. Those are natural resources. See, natural environment, which the environment which has been given to us by the nature, have been divided into two type of natural resources. Means we can divide resources into two type. Now what are the resources? The things which have been given to us, which we are using in our daily life, that is known as resources. So these natural resources means the resources which has been given to us by the nature, by the Almighty. We are going to divide those resources into two type. Number one, abiotic resources. Abiotic means what? The resources which do not have life in it, जिनके जान नहीं होते, those who are not having life in it, those they are known as abiotic resources. Let us take few example which are given by the nature also and which do not have any life. One example is land, जमीन जिस पे हम लोग रहते हैं. These land have been given to us by the nature and it is not having life also. इसमें जान भी नहीं होता. Another, one more, guess the example. Water, that is also given by the nature and it is also not having life in it. And more, guess it. Air, that is also given by the nature, natural resource, and it is not having life. And two others are rocks and minerals. rocks also, different type of rocks that we get from the environment. They are natural, they are from the nature side. And metals such as gold, silver, aluminum, all these things have been also given to us by the nature, but they are not having life. That is why we are saying it, that they are abiotic resources. Next, biotic resources means these are also the resources, these are also the things which are available for us for our use, but it has been given by the nature and it does have a life, है ना, इनके जान होते हैं. And give me some example. Number one, plants. And who is number two? Animals. Plants and animals are the two resources which are having life in them. So they are known as biotic resources. So I hope that you have got understood up to over here. Abiotic resources and biotic. Abiotic means no life, means non-living thing. And biotic means living thing which are having life. Okay, let us move ahead. Domains, spheres, or the areas of the natural environment. I mean, again, we are going to classify natural environment into four different type of areas. यानी चार अलग अलग एरिया में हम लोग डिवाइड कर सकते हैं नेचुरल एनवायरनमेंट को. व्हाट आर दोस? Atmosphere, which is providing us air to breathe. Oxygen, which is providing us atmosphere, that is also a part of the natural environment given by the nature, that is atmosphere. Next is was lithosphere, the land where we are living, these are known as lithosphere. Hydrosphere means the water bodies, lakes, oceans, rivers, these are the hydrosphere, they are termed as hydrosphere, water bodies. And the last one is biosphere. It contains all these previous three ones: atmosphere, lithosphere, and hydrosphere. They are mixed and known as biosphere. Means biosphere contains all these three things: atmosphere, lithosphere, and hydrosphere. And we, the human beings, live in biosphere, where we have all these three things: atmosphere. From atmosphere we get air to breathe. We are living on the land, जमीन चाहिए ना रहने के लिए, that is lithosphere. And hydrosphere means water bodies, we need water also. So biosphere is a mixture of atmosphere, lithosphere, and hydrosphere. So we will study in details about these four areas or domains of natural environment, but later on in the chapter. Let us go through few more things. Parts of natural environment, very easy topic. Parts means whatever you can see around you, they are the parts of the natural environment. So again, we will divide it into four parts of natural environment. Number one, social environment mean your families, your relatives, you are living with them, your friends, your neighbors, they form your social environment. So let me show you one photograph. I will show you. Religious means we used to go to temples, someone used to go to masjid, and different people used to go to church, and others go to Sikh people go to gurudwaras. So these are the religious environment, where people care for the religious activities, such as worshipping in temples, praying namaz in masjid, and going to gurudwara and praying there, and going to church also. So these are the religious activities which we do in this religious environment. Now economic means what? That concerns with the money, from where people earn money, such as from where we do get money, bank, and your wherever your parents go to earn money. Suppose I go to school to teach, and I get money from the school. So the economic activities, these activities which people used to do to earn money. And the cultural activities, we celebrate together a lot of cultural programs in our area. है ना, along with our friends and relatives, such as birthday party, wedding ceremonies, है ना, we go and celebrate with each other. So these are the cultural activities which are termed as natural environment, which are termed as cultural environment over here. So let me show you a few photos also. Social environment, you can see people are uh, living together and are gathering together, and they are enjoying something in a social environment. We live with each other, we celebrate with each other. Religious, see, someone has gone there and praying with the Almighty, that is religious activity, that is religious environment. Economic, that is concerned with the money. And the cultural environment, we celebrate Holi, different festivals also. We celebrate Holi, we celebrate Eid, we celebrate that the Christmas, that is the Christmas day. And we also celebrate that from the six sides, different type of their festivals also. So that are the cultural activities that we celebrate together. They form under cultural environment. So parts of environment in natural environment are four parts. They are having four parts: social, religious, economic, and cultural. Remember this. Now let us move ahead. We are going to learn a lot of parts of environment which will be categorized under these four only. ये चारों के अंदर ही सारे आएंगे. लेट अस सी, आपको बताना है कि कौन सा किसके अंदर आता है. Can you tell me this one? Man's family, which type of environment it is? That is a social environment, है ना? Family of a man. This community, people are living together in a community, है ना? That is also, you can say, that is also maybe formed as that man's family, like community also, social. See, this is a religious activity, that is religious environment. See, people are praying in the masjid, few people are praying in the temple, and you can see over here people are praying in the church also, prayer in gurudwara. So different, these are the different religious activities. Got it? Next, this is also one of the activity, educational activity that we are doing right now, na? People, students are learning. These are also educational activities. Next, you can see this one, factories. People are working in the factories, that is also a part of the environment, you know? These are also one of the part of the environment. Everything that we are going to see over here, they form the part of the environment. Village side, people are also living in the village. This is also an environment, but it is quite different from the environment where you are living. Suppose you are living in a town or a city, then it would be very hard for you to survive in the village areas, because you are not habitual now living in a village side. But in few months or few years, you would be able to adapt or accept the surrounding, accept the environmental conditions of the village also. So it is not impossible, but it is not easy also to survive in a village. The people of the village would also feel very hard, will very tough while surviving in the cities. Likewise, the people of the cities who are living in the cities, they will also find it very hard to survive in the village side also. Because nowadays we know that everyone is habitual of using mobile, watching YouTube channels like my channel, let's learn together, to learn a lot, some pranks. So people living in the cities would not be able to enjoy such network, great network in the village side. So that is one of the thing that will force them to leave the village and come back to the cities. Likewise, the people living in the village will also feel a lot of problem in the cities. But time changes everything. See, that is also a part of our environment. Towns where you might be living, cities. These type of cities are found in major cities, large cities like Dubai, Maharashtra, and Bengaluru, Kolkata. You can find these type of cities where there will be high-rise buildings. Let me see you more buildings. See, building, that is also a part of the environment. But this is human environment created by the human. See this one, road. Oh wow, very good. New constructed, it's looking like newly constructed road. and it is a very easily it can be found in the cities or the towns, but you cannot find this type of road in under the village, inside the village. You can find this type of roads in the highways. So this is also a part of the environment, but that is human environment created by the human. This is also very important and important. Political activities, that is also a part of our environment. That is also there. And people used to go for voting to elect their representatives, that we have discussed in our previous chapter. What was the name of the chapter? On equality. So videos for on equality are also available in the channel. So those who have missed that chapter, you can go through. There are 7 videos and completing the chapter. So let's come back to our position. Voting, and you can see a lot of politicians also come to your house also asking for the votes. That is also a political activity which also comes under a part of our environment. A lot of photos you have seen now. Human environment as well as natural environment, both. Natural environment means given by the nature, and the environment which is created by the human, they will have to interact with each other. Interact means they will have to come in contact with each other. They will have to take help of each other, and only then they can produce some changes. And then they can produce both the human, by mixing both human environment and the natural environment, we can make our own environment which is suitable for us to live. So this there is a need of what? Interaction between this natural as well as human. दोनों को मिलजुल कर ही काम करना होगा. Then we can create or change the environment according to us. For example, we are constructing different type of buildings around the village side or in the cities. So the environment, the natural environment, that is the lithosphere, has been given by the nature. But we are making different type of structures according to us, according to our need. That is the interaction, between the nature and the human. So there should be a contact between the nature and the human. Then only it will become a favorable condition for us to live on this earth. And this there should be, we should maintain this balance also, that we will go through. So the components of the environment keeps on changing also. Yes, that is certain, because we know there are many things in the environment which changes. Sometime can something can change very slowly, and something might change very sudden also. अचानक भी हो सकता है, बहुत सारा स्लो भी हो सकता है. Suppose the growth of a plant is very slow. It kept on changing every day, but we cannot identify the change in the plant every day. But something changes in the plant every day, but we cannot identify because it is a very slow process. But if an earthquake occurs, that is a sudden change. Everything will be changed. Even the plants will be uprooted, the buildings will fall down, and a lot of damages will be there. So changes might be slow, and changes might be sudden, quick, like earthquake also, like flood also. So changes may be anything, maybe slow and maybe sudden also. But we will have to balance it. We should maintain the balance between this interaction of natural and human environment. यानी कोई भी चीज ज्यादा नहीं होना चाहिए और कोई कम भी नहीं होना चाहिए. We should maintain this interaction between the natural environment and the human environment. What balance का मतलब क्या होता है? Suppose that we suppose what, right? It is a fact that we need oxygen to breathe and to survive. And we know also that oxygen comes from where? Come from the plants. So we need to plant sufficient plants so that we can get oxygen. And if we will not maintain this balance of oxygen and the plants in the environment, then it will be disturbed. If you will not get oxygen from the plant, if you will cut down a lot of plants, trees, then what will happen? There will be a lack of or insufficient oxygen to breathe, and human being will not be able to survive. So I am talking about that balance, the balance between the oxygen as the amount of oxygen that we need to breathe. So we will have to maintain that balance, and the number of people are required to breathe. So balance between the oxygen, balance between the carbon dioxide, water should be maintained by the human being. So this maintaining of the balance between the environment and the human natural environment and the human environment are known as ecological balance, and it is very very important for us, for the survival of a man. If we will waste water, then after few years we will lose water, and if this balance is disturbed, means the amount of water required, if we will not get the amount of water required, what will happen? We would not be able to survive without water also, without air also. So that balance I am talking about, we'll have to maintain this one. Suppose if you are cutting down the trees, you know, if you are destroying the trees, then what you will have to do, you will have to plant new more trees also. If you are cutting one tree, then you will have to plant one more tree also. Then only you can maintain this balance of nature as well as human. So this balance is known as ecological balance. Hope that you have understood over here up to here in this video tutorial. More when we meet again in our next class in my YouTube channel, in your favorite YouTube channel. Let's learn together. For the time being, stay at home, be safe. Goodbye. Thank you to all of you. Thank you for listening to me. Bye bye.